So talk to me a little bit about cybersecurity from a global perspective. And what I mean by that is you're fortunate enough to be in the European Union, but also to have kind of more of a worldly presence. So I'm curious, how is cybersecurity different in the EU, or is it, versus the rest of the world?
Yeah, a very good question. Since I'm also traveling a lot, I've seen that in the US, cybersecurity is taken more seriously. So a lot of efforts are oriented towards, what comes from the top level entities. By that, I mean probably the government or some regulatory body that enforces cybersecurity. And the biggest difference is that, you know, things happen much faster regarding cybersecurity in the United States. That doesn't mean that cybersecurity here is worse or it doesn't exist, but I would say on that level, things are happening much faster in the United States. And globally, I can talk just about the countries that I've been to, but I think it's also interesting to see what China does, because they are some of their best people. I've been to Black Hat in 2019 in Las Vegas, and I've seen some of the greatest technical talks back then were with some Chinese experts. So I would also love to see what they are doing behind the scenes, because I'm not familiar with any like compliance framework that's being used there. And specifically in Europe, so our part of Europe, Southeastern Europe, is still in, security, let's say a security awareness phase. That means that, we need to work a lot to, tell people what cybersecurity is. We are still in that phase. In the EU, specifically, when you go, more north towards Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands, there is a great base. There is, of course, GDPR, and maybe the biggest difference, like from the practice, from what I've seen, is that GDPR is more strict than a lot of other, compliance regulatory frameworks, or any regulation that is out there. So I would say that the United States is into innovation. Europe is more into, compliance. Let's take privacy more seriously. I'm not saying, of course, that doesn't exist in the United States. I'm just comparing from my personal experience, and also maybe the China and that part of Asia, that part of the world has some of the best hackers that I met. So that's what I can tell, and from my personal experience.